So I left my charging cord at home, and I wasn't going to do a video, but I figure, why not? I'll do a video anyway, and if I get lost, if my battery dies and I don't have access to my map and I get lost, then that's what happens. So this is Food Traboul. I had a lobster roll as well as a thing of pumpkin soup. Pretty cool spot. See? Food Traboul. Pretty awesome. Now I'm gonna head back to the hotel. That is the compromise. But this is my first night in Lyon, in France. After eating that meal, I can definitely say that I see why this is considered possibly the food capital of the world. It was pretty amazing. It's quite a nice city. It reminds me of Paris. It's very different in that it's not as circular. Paris I found to be a very Les Lyonnais. There we go. Paris I found to be a very circular city. I don't know, the streets seem to twist and wind a lot more. And they twist and wind a little bit here. But they're a little more, the blocks are a little more square and rectangular here. Certainly the architecture is much more similar to Paris, and the designs of the sidewalks and the streets and other pieces of infrastructure. I'm glad that place was open because I got out kind of late tonight. I took a bus from Rome, and the first bus was like 7 hours, and then there was an hour and a half wait, which really was actually like a 2-hour wait. So I guess it wasn't an hour and a half wait then. So there was a 2-hour wait in between, and then after that there was like 9 hours on the bus from Genoa, Italy to Lyon. And we did run into a couple of snags. First of all, the second bus, the one that took me to Lyon from Genoa, was late. But also, when we were getting to the French border, the French customs stopped the bus to check everyone's passport. And I guess a couple of people's passports looked suspicious. So they had to take the passports off and I guess verify them or something. So that added another half an hour of wait time. And on top of that, there was once we got to the French side of this very long tunnel, there was bumper to bumper traffic, but that's okay because I had all these mountains around me, snow-capped mountains and whatnot that were pretty remarkable. So this is one of the many reasons I love Europe, that you get these little statues and circles and other things. I guess I'll go over and see what church we're looking at, but as usual, Europe has quite some churches. I know that there's a very famous one up there on the hill. I think that's also called Sacré-Cœur, like the one in Paris, but don't quote me on that. I could just be misremembering. So yeah, how can I go out my first night in Lyon without doing at least a video? Yeah, Lyon is kind of like Paris light. It's like Paris except without as circular of streets and without tourists on top of you everywhere you go. But look at that church. Remarkable. It's the Cathedral de Lyon. Well, that just makes sense, because if there's a cathedral that you want to be like your town square cathedral, then this one over here would be a good candidate for that. I will have to go inside there when it is open. It would be cool if the churches were open at this time, but I'm not going to expect something that outrageous that they're going to keep the churches open all night long. Uh-oh. Looks like we're getting a little moisture on the screen, as you can probably tell from the reflection of the lights off the pavement. It is a bit rainy outside. Now, I have to go over an island. I have to go over a river, and then go over another island, and then go over another river to get to my side of Lyon. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't really know very much about iPhones, but I feel like the cameras definitely get weaker or degraded over time, because this thing unfocuses so easily. rain seems to be picking up a little bit. Take a view over the river over here. And this is one remarkable city. That river is not the Lyon. The Lyon is up a few blocks. But there appears to be a crazy man screaming outside of the tobacco shop over there, so glad I'm on this side of the street. Not that I can't handle crazy, but usually crazy plus me recording doesn't work out very well. There's a higher probability that a crazy person will confront me for filming in the streets, and he would confront me in French, and my French is not good enough to attempt to explain why and what I'm recording. It's remarkable that this is like scaffolding over here, that this is temporary and will be torn down as soon as whatever construction project is finished. Yet people actually took the time to do these very detailed murals. That's pretty cool. I guess I gotta give them credit for that. I wish I had a better idea of what I'm looking at. This is inspiring me to maybe think about doing more videos of New York, because at least I can tell you what things are. Well, somewhat. There's a remarkable amount that I don't know about New York. I guess it would be kind of impossible to know everything in a city of that magnitude and size. Oh, getting more water on my lens. Oh, that's definitely not an improvement. So this looks like, I'm not really sure what this is. It looks like a giant Ferris wheel, but I don't see any little riding cars on it, so I'm not really sure what it is. But it's pretty fantastic anyway, right? I really wish I'd remembered my charging cord. Then I would be able. I remembered my backup battery. My whatever you call it, my power bank. But I did not remember the cord that connects the power bank to my phone. Bum 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 ba-dum 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 ba-dum. There's a statue. One thing that there's definitely not a shortage of in Europe is cool statues. I hope my breathing doesn't sound overwhelming. I know I breathe very heavily. I breathe so heavily on a lot of these videos that I've now become very self-conscious about it. Yeah, if you dropped me in the middle of Lyon and had told me, at least prior to today, to guess what city I was in, I would probably guess Paris. That is how similar they look. Oh man, I kind of want to get a sweet. But I don't know, at the same time, I kind of feel like I shouldn't be eating too much. I probably, honestly, would have stayed in to get more sleep. Like I said, I went on that really long bus ride and I didn't get any sleep. And then I got into Lyon at 10:30 a.m. and wasn't able to check in to my hotel until 2 p.m. So I spent a couple of hours walking around Lyon in an extremely exhausted haze. And then I checked into the hotel, crashed for a couple of hours, and then decided that it's Saturday night and I'm not going to get another Saturday night in Lyon, and I'm not going to get a Friday night in Lyon. So you get a real taste for the town if you go out on a weekend night. If it weren't a weekend night, then I might have just stayed home all night and really caught up on my missing sleep. But I woke up around 8:30 p.m. and I said to myself, nah, you can't miss a Saturday night on the town. So that's why I'm here. It would be a longer Saturday night on the town, but I left my charging cord at home, and I don't want to get lost. I have a rough idea of where I'm going, but still not. There's still ample opportunity for me to get lost and not be able to find my hotel. I don't know, maybe I've become too reliant on technology in that respect, but I should probably get into the practice of leaving a proverbial trail of breadcrumbs when I walk away from the hotel. Yeah, I've got to say, I'm definitely impressed at Lyon. I really, really did not know what to expect. If I had known it was this impressive, maybe I would have done more than a week. But I don't know. I only did a week in Rome, and a week in Lyon. And then after this, it'll be 3 weeks in London. So, I feel like that might be the correct, if I only really have 5 weeks to travel, and really, according to all budgeting calculations, about 5 weeks is the very, very, very most that I can afford without really driving myself into financial hardship. So if I had to break it down by 5 weeks, I'm sure that the 3 weeks in London will have proven to be the correct calculation. I really thought, maybe I should have done a week and a half in Rome and half a week in Lyon. But now that I've hit the town a bit, I'm a little happier with my decision to linger on Lyon a bit longer. I wish I had all the time in the world to just travel Europe and travel the world, but who knows what the future holds. Sorry, I wanted to wipe some of the water off my lens. Oh boy. Yeah, that rain is it's coming down. Alright, I think that by walking up over here, I'm heading in the correct direction. I might turn out to be wrong, but we'll see. I do generally try to keep these YouTube videos as family friendly as possible, though I know I definitely slip up because I can have a tendency to have no filter. But I feel like I'm not in a mood to be particularly silly or over the top right now. So I guess this has been mostly a family-friendly video. But the night is young, right? No. Now, if I'm correct, this is where I turn right. I think I need to be a little careful of recording around here, because this intersection and area over here, my CD meter goes off a little bit. My seed meter, whatever we want to refer to it as. But like there were a bunch of guys who were all gathered on that corner that we just passed earlier today, and a lot of people were lining the street over here today, asking for money and loading things onto trucks and leaving really fast all of a sudden, and shouting at each other. And so my CD meter goes off a little bit over here, and oh my goodness, it is getting wet. This lens is getting wet. Wipe it down a little. So of course seediness plus me recording does not always go very well, because people who are doing things that they shouldn't be doing don't respond well to people putting a camera in their face. But this is Rue de Marseille, and it is the street that my hotel is on. We're a few blocks away from the hotel. But yeah, here's some people gathered outside of a bar, smoking their cigarettes outside after having a couple of drinks. I don't drink anymore, but it is nice to see people enjoying themselves, hopefully responsibly. I got a little bit of the sniffles because we are now at the end of winter, beginning of spring, and I start getting very allergic. I start getting the sniffles, and my eyes start tearing up, and my nose starts running, and my nasal congestion is all over the place. First, the nasal cavities are open, then they are completely shut, then they are completely open again. That's what happens to me when spring is happening, and it does not seem to be getting better with age. In fact, it seems to be getting worse. So if I'm sniffling too much, I apologize. I really miss Periscope. That app was amazing. There's nothing else like it. And I would definitely be periscoping like crazy if it was still there. So that's for eyeglasses. That's cute that they used graffiti on their own. I'm not really sure that has anything to do with the eyeglasses store. I'll have to rewatch the video and screenshot that and translate it for myself. I gotta say, after taking French for, 7 years, I am very not pleased with how little French I know. I feel like I should know a lot more French. Maybe I'll start immersing myself in learning French. But I doubt it. But maybe I will. But I doubt it. All right, here's my hotel. Hotel du Elder. And thank you for joining me. I will see you soon. Have a good night.